Haven't you heard the wonderful news? BuzzFeed is dead. At this very moment, the news department is gone. BuzzFeed is shutting down what remains of its award-winning news department, signaling the end of an era for a website that once promised to upend the industry. Upend. If by upend you mean completely become an absolute laughingstock of the industry that is already a laughingstock, then yes, they certainly did upend it. And I'm aware that yes, some people have lost their jobs and their livelihoods, and I shouldn't be happy about that. But also in the same thought, it's BuzzFeed. Who gives a shit? BuzzFeed used to be worth $1.6 billion. Now it's down to 100 million. That's a massive loss. Its peers aren't looking so hot either. It would appear that Vice is now in the toilet, and it's not hard to see with shit articles like this. So why is this? Why have BuzzFeed and the like just failed? Gone from extreme success to nothingness? Well, there's a YouTuber called SunnyV2. He explained it very, very well. Go and check out his video on it.
BuzzFeed. 20 million subscribers, 20,000 views a video. The once thriving brand now displays a Google trend graph that looks like this, a YouTube viewership graph that looks like this, and a stock price graph that looks like this.
And let's sink it even further, shall we? But how should we sink it? How should we honor BuzzFeed in this video? I'll tell you how we're going to do it. We're going to go through the worst videos ever made by BuzzFeed and show you why they deserve to be sinking at such a rapid rate. Let's start off with Ladylike goes 30 days without shaving.
Ladylike isn't shaving for a month.
So we're not shaving our legs, not shaving our pit.
No thinking about shaving. We're just gonna let it all grow out.
Okay, so this is Ladylike from a subsidiary of BuzzFeed known as/is, which I think are pronouns now, I don't know. They made hundreds of videos, and a lot of them were completely and utterly retarded, particularly ones where the ladies decided to show how brave they were by not shaving. And you know my thoughts on ladies with very hairy underarms. It is exactly the equivalent of men with dick cheese displaying it for public view.
I also get a lot of hair in between my boobs on my chest. The plants are rich in the boob canyon.
Okay, that's probably the most erotic image I've ever had in my mind.
I look at women who don't shave as like rebels in their own right, and I always have looked up to them.
Now that is setting the bar amazingly low. I personally look up to people who have done amazing things, changed the world even, not grown more pubes. That's just me.
And I realized that at the time, every single time that I was shaving, it was either to please my peers or to please the males that I wanted to attract. And around 17, I started to feel like if I ever wanted to be my own person, I had to start taking my body back, and shaving was the first.
It's like,
Oh, that's not bad at all, right?
Yeah.
That's, and you've been growing that out your entire life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, right, that's fucking gross, ladies, that's fucked. And yet it surprises you that BuzzFeed is wheezing out its final breath? Really, does that surprise you? But it gets worse. Far, 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 far fucking worse. We painted with our period blood.
My name is Sarah Levy. I gained notoriety for my portrait of Bloody Trump.
Okay, so she painted Donald Trump with the blood that came out of what I imagine is her disgusting vagina. How delightful.
You know, when you're taking a bath and you're on your period and then you like have a little clot floating in the water. There are times where you take the cup out and then you just get those like long membrane strings of blood.
This video is 5 years old, but it was extremely famous at the time for just being the most fucked thing on the internet. And even though a lot of time has passed, I still sit here and think to myself, what the fuck is wrong with you ladies? And if you are a female watching this, you should be ashamed of yourself for being the same fucking species as these Sheilas. This is why you don't deserve equal pay. If you spent more time worrying about actually working harder, getting better degrees and climbing up the corporate ladder, you would make more money. But no, you're spending all this time fucking drawing with your pus and painting with your period blood. Fuck off, get a job.
We started off today painting with a tampon.
She's using the tampon like a Crayola marker.
Oh my
I've never
God.
seen that before.
It's dribbling. It looks so fresh.
The feminists of the 20s would probably look at these ladies and think to themselves, we just wanted the right to vote, the right to be equal, the right to not get bashed in our own home. In our opinion, these ladies are fucked.
This is my blood, it is my life. This feels weirdly normal. Oh, got a good little chunker.
Right, fuck you, that is enough. That is a fuck enough. But even worse than those videos were the ones where they were obsessed with trying Australian foods. They pissed off an entire country.
Is apparently made of malted barley. Is it dog food?
It really just tastes like milk that's left over from an old bowl of cereal.
So they hate Milo. Well, fuck them to the moon.
I've heard tell of the legendary Vegemite.
Essential for brain function, that's good.
For vitality.
As an Australian, you can say whatever you fucking want about us and our country and our people. Keep Vegemite's name out your fucking mouth!
Oh, no. No. No.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's rough.
Okay, let me tell you this. Eating Vegemite is like eating ass. Not just because of the colour. You don't eat it with a spoon. You don't dive in with a big fucking tablespoon and take a big old bite. No. Just a little bit at a time. Just a little nibble. But so far, this list of the worst BuzzFeed videos have just been ones that people have either laughed at or just gone, that's fucking gross. Some videos really piss people off though. Like women having 36 questions for men.
How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
It feels fine. Thanks for asking. How does it feel to be the same sex as Genevieve Emirate, who killed her 5 kids? Huh? How does it feel? You fucking monsters?
Why are you surprised when women are funny?
I'm probably funnier than you.
Because it's like getting an erection over this lady. It's never happened.
Why can't I sleep with as many people as I want to without being judged?
You can. It's just that, you know, it's easy for women to sleep with whoever they want, however many times they want. For dudes, it's hard, all right? And people often look down upon people who are doing things the easy way in life. That's what it is.
In what world does no mean yes?
Bill Cosby's world. That's whose world.
Why do you say that women are too emotional to be leaders?
Then justify catcalling by saying men just can't control themselves.
Why do you think that just because you're nice to me, I owe you my body?
Who does any of this? Who has said any of this? It's madness. And this is what really got under everyone's skin when it came to BuzzFeed. They were at the forefront of hating men. These videos that came out 5-7 years ago were when the culture wars were in their infancy. They led the charge. And it is no wonder that they were the first people to go woke, and now they've gone fucking broke. Hilarious.
Why are women perceived as the weaker sex, even though we literally birth you?
You are the weaker sex, because you're not as physically strong. Lol, try harder, babe.
Why are you so afraid of gender equality?
Why do I deserve to be paid less than you?
Because of shit like this. Shut the fuck up.
Why aren't you speaking up when you hear your male friends behind closed doors make jokes that are offensive to women?
I don't know. Because we have a sense of humour? This video really did hurt BuzzFeed. It turned them into a man-hating mess. And it stuck with them throughout the next best part of a decade. Whining, painful, whinging feminist? You think BuzzFeed. Now, before we get to the iceberg that really started the leak that sunk BuzzFeed in the end, let's go to a little side piece here and talk about the Try Guys. It's funny that I say side piece talking about the Try Guys because their entire thing just folded when one of them, I think it was Ned, had a bit of a side piece of his own. And they were probably the only good thing happening at BuzzFeed. So, suck a dick.
And then you're gonna feel a finger and some pressure.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
But yeah, the Try Guys made some pretty incredible videos. Like, they all got prostate exams together. Fuck yeah, let's go and get fingered in the ass. That's content. But I do like BuzzFeed Unsolved, and I'm glad that they moved on to their own channel. So everyone else can suck a dick. BuzzFeed Unsolved, good. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the worst of the worst, the absolute most terrible video ever made by BuzzFeed. That is the reason that their entire company has lost billions of dollars. I give you, and I'm sure you all guessed it, 8 things women aren't supposed to say. No, I'm kidding, it's the man-spreading video.
My balls! I don't want my balls sticking to my leg.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure we saw your hairy armpits earlier in the video. It's good to have you back. It also wouldn't surprise me if you had balls, so spread them.
Manspreading is when a man spreads his physical body to take up as much space as humanly possible.
The people around you are relegated to a very small portion, but the key to manspreading is not noticing.
Okay, so men realise that women have periods and I think they respect it. I know I respect it, not in a weird way, but I respect the fact that it sucks. But you can't seem to wrap your head around the fact that we have these dangling fucking hairy little fucking ping pong balls floating around in our loins, and we can't smash our legs together on public transport. You can't wrap your simple little mind around that we would prefer not to jam our balls together in our legs like a vice. In what world is that not a logical thing to do? Not jam your balls in a vice. This video really did blow BuzzFeed into the mess that it has become. And I mean, it has 3.5 million views on this particular video, but there were other videos made by other people that has tens of millions of views. People like H3H3, they made a video on it that they've since deleted because they decided to be more family friendly and make more money, fair enough. But it still exists on the internet. Here's a little bit of it.
So we've been doing this video off for a minute because Hila was like, this is a real issue.
It is an issue.
Now, the man-spreading video itself shows us several non-self-aware human beings that basically play the victim on public transport because the patriarchy is so evil and there is not enough leg room, and they spend the week trying to be men by spreading their legs and running the world.
I have so many vivid memories as a child of my mum telling me to close my legs.
With gender, we're constantly working towards trying to get to this middle.
6 years later, 6 years on, no one gives a fuck. Not one person cares. Fuck you all to the moon.
This week of manspreading is definitely going to make me feel anxious. As much as a super strong feminist, I want to say it won't.
You're the reason that Are You Okay Day exists. Are you going to be all right, sweetheart?
I kind of secretly hope to annoy some men.
Well, you didn't. You actually just ruined your company and removed yourself from employment. So good work, big fella.
That's my first train trip as a man spreader. I just feel like a monster already. How can you do this every day without being conscious of it?
I just manspread on the bus for maybe a 5-minute ride for the first time, and it wasn't even half full, and I was already getting glared at.
Lol, I guarantee you did it. The most hilarious thing about this entire thing is that they probably thought that this video was groundbreaking. They were doing such amazing activist work, when in reality, everyone was looking at the men and women and every gender in between and just thinking, fuck, you guys suck. You suck all the balls that are squeezed together.
It's day 2 of manspreading, and I forgot that I had to do this.
I think whenever a woman takes up space, she's considered bossy, she's considered aggressive. There are a lot of stereotypes surrounding black women.
Oh, Jesus, shut the fuck up and fuck off, BuzzFeed. I'm so happy you are no more. And ladies and gentlemen, let's finish this video by saying mission accomplished. I mean, BuzzFeed still exists and they still make videos, so it sort of is like George W. Bush saying that mission accomplished in Iraq back in like 2003 or whatever it was, when they didn't really finish the war. The war is not over, but BuzzFeed is certainly retreating, which makes me very, very happy. And if it makes you happy, make sure you subscribe. Oh yeah, be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East, me dick stinks. Toodaloo, au revoir, bye-bye.